I'm sorry if I seem uninterested or I'm not listening or I'm indifferent. Truly, I ain't got no business here, but since my friends are here, I just came to kick it.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing a review and demo on Kylie Cosmetics Kyshadow eyeshadow palette in the bronze palette. I received it a couple days ago, but I didn't have time to film a first impressions and demo and review until today. So let's get on to it. I'm first going to show you how the box came like. I'm just going to cover my address. Came in just her plain black Kylie box. And then when you open it, it comes like this. Like I said, I already kind of opened it and looked through it, but I just wanted to show you guys how it came like. So it has her just the box that she always has, and then the Kyshadow came wrapped in this protector foam, I guess, to prevent it from breaking. And it also came with my invoice, which I already took out, and it came with this card. It's really cool because it's like it's a holographic card. I don't know what it's called, but it's like this. It's like she's winking. You can see that. That's really cool. This card is so cute. I'm going to keep this forever. I'm just going to read to you what it says. It says, I couldn't wait to share with my... Wait, okay. I can't read. It says, I couldn't wait to share my new eyeshadows with you. I hope you'd adore them as much as I do. So her eyes became E-Y-E. Okay. And it says, I love you. And then she winks. She drew a little winky face. And then this is the palette. It came with this foam thing, like I said, to protect it. Don't know how protected that would be, but it does. Her thing always do come with this little foam thing, even with her lip kits. And this is the eyeshadow in its packaging. This is kind of just like her lip kits, but instead it has her eyes, and then it's like her winking as well. It says Kyshadow Pressed Powder Eyeshadow, and it says the bronze palette. And in back it says Kylie XOXO. So let's open it. And this is the palette itself. So it has her eyes clearly, and then like teardrops. It's the color of the eyeshadow palette. So since this is the bronze palette, the teardrops are brown or bronze. So there it is. And then in the back it says Kylie XOXO, and then the name of the shadows. And then it has also the ingredients, the net weight, and stuff like that. So when you open it, it's like this. It has this big thing, and it says Kylie. So my first impression would be, I wish she had put a mirror instead of just Kylie. That would be a lot more helpful, just because this palette is around $45. With her shipping and tax, it's about around $55, almost $60, I believe. I don't quite remember. So I wish I had put like a mirror and then like moved Kylie up a little. I put her on the bottom. That would have been a lot more helpful and kind of more worth the $45. So when I first saw this palette, it definitely reminded me of the 35O palette from Morphe. So this is a palette. It comes with 9 shadows. Yeah, it comes with 9 shadows. 2 of them are shimmery, and then the rest of them are matte. So this palette is very neutral, like a lot of palettes that are out there. But if you don't want to spend that money, obviously you don't have to. I personally like Kylie Cosmetics. I love her lip kits, and this eyeshadow palette, I'm actually really impressed. I feel like as her first eyeshadow palette, she did a good job. This is every girl's go-to palette, except, especially for me. I've always been a neutral girl. I gravitate towards neutral colors more than anything else. Neutrals are just... they go with everything. It's easy to apply. You can put any color together and it's still going to look nice. So I believe that this palette is going to have a lot of use in my collection, because if you've been with me since I started doing YouTube and when I did my tutorials, I'm always rocking neutral looks. I don't stray away from them much. I know I've been doing on my beauty Instagram, I've been doing a lot of colorful looks. I've just started experimenting with color, but personally I'm always going to be a neutral girl at heart. I like this palette. I wouldn't say I love it. I don't regret buying it because it is something to try out, and I know a lot of people are trying to get this palette as well, so I'm glad I was able to get it. I had to get it during the second restock because during the first restock it sold out in like a minute or 30 seconds or something like that. It was crazy. So I do like these palettes. I love orangey tones, orangey anything in my crease. So I like that she has a matte skin tone shade. So when you're done priming your eyes, you can apply that to set your eyeshadow primer. And then I love that she has a matte black, just because you always need a matte black in an eyeshadow palette to staple, to do like powdered eyeliner, darken up your eyelashes, or like your lower lash line, anything like that. You can go from a very neutral look to a very dramatic look with this palette. I know maybe some of you like wouldn't believe that, but she does have some darker shades like down here. They are those darker shades, and like I said, you can do a full-on matte look just because most of this palette is matte, and it's just two shimmery shadows, which aren't kabam, like wow, bam, in your face shimmery, and that's okay because I think she didn't meant for it to be like that. I've mentioned that in the video as well. Just because this palette is so neutral and is so everyday, it's like her classic Kylie look. That's what I've heard. So it's just like a little bit of shimmer, and I will do swatches throughout the video or put some clips of the swatches so you guys can see close up. But yeah, I like this palette, and I like that she had added the orange. I think when I first saw it and I saw that orange in the middle, it definitely reminded me of the Morphe 35O, and that's what a lot of people compare it to. They also are comparing it to Shannon XO's BH Cosmetics collaboration. I don't have that palette, but people have been saying they look exactly alike, they're identical, etc, etc. They do look similar. I don't believe that they look identical. There are some colors that are totally different. Not totally different, but they are somewhat different. And people are saying, oh, like Kylie had copied Shannon, but everyone has came out with a neutral palette before. And it's just, I feel like it's a staple in everyone's collection, and people seem to like it. I think it's a really good palette, but I feel like for $45, she should have still added a mirror. I feel like that would be a lot easier. It would be a lot more travel friendly, I think, just because when I was doing kind of smoking out my lower lash line, I had to look close up into my big mirror because I couldn't see, and there was no mirror in here, so it was really hard to kind of like look at it, or I would have to bring a separate mirror, but it would have just been easier and kind of more worth the $45 she's selling it at if she had added a mirror. I mean, that's what I think. I believe having a mirror and everything is just a staple, and it's easier, especially since she is charging $45. Honestly, I don't think she should have charged that much, but like I said, it's Kylie Cosmetics, so you are kind of paying for her name as well. So yeah, I mean, if you don't want to spend $45 or $60 somewhere there, then you don't have to. Like I said, there are other palettes out there that are dupeable to this palette, especially if you're you ball on a budget. Go with the 35O Morphe palette. They do have one that's all matte and all shimmer, and they have one that's mixed together, the original one. So if you don't want to spend this much, you don't have to. It's also personal preference. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Kylie Cosmetics and Kylie herself. I love her makeup. So I decided I want to try this palette. And I do like it. Like I said, I don't regret buying it. I think I will have lots of use out of this palette. Maybe when I go travel, this can be the only palette I bring, and then like some pop of color, but this is a really easy palette to create looks with. If you do want more looks, or maybe more dramatic looks you want me to create, I will definitely do that. And like to show you obviously more of the pigmentation and the wear of the eyeshadows. So yeah, it's really pretty. And oh, one thing I don't like about this palette is that, so you see the shadows like this, and you think when you look behind for the names it will correspond, but it doesn't. I don't know if I'm making sense right now, so I was like kind of confused. So this is supposed to be Jasper, but when you turn it around, it's totally different. It's like she switched it, which I don't understand how or why she did that. So for this shadow, I don't know how to explain it to you without making it sound like, I don't know how to explain it to you without sounding confusing. If you have the palette yourself and you Google images, you'll know what I'm talking about. So if I'm looking at it like this and I'm trying to do a look with it and telling you the shadows, this is, she calls it topaz, but if you're looking from behind, from here, it says Jasper. So at first when I was doing my demo, I thought it was called Jasper, but this color is Topaz. So I was confused and I looked like an idiot trying to tell you guys the color. So I had to stop my video for like a quick minute and go on her Instagram page and make sure I'm saying the colors correctly. And also I was kind of, it also caught me off guard because I kept saying like this color was Goldstone, but this color was Goldstone, if that makes sense. It's only like the left side and the right side. The middle part, obviously the middle is going to be the same, but she just kind of, it was just kind of confusing to me. I don't know if I sound like an idiot or stupid, but I just thought that was not a good way to like name your shadows because it can get confusing, but that's just me. But other than that, I really like these shadows. They were really easy to blend out. I didn't find that I had a lot of fallout. Usually with neutral colors and with the 35 Morphe palette, I do get a lot of fallout on onto my face, but for this one I didn't. I believe the only fallout I got, or powderiness I got, was when I was dipping my brush into the palette, but it didn't get anywhere on my face or anything. As you can see right now, I don't know if you can see it, for this color right here, Himedi, I don't know, sorry, don't make fun of me, but this color right here is a little powdery because I use it to smoke out my lower lash line with that. But other than that, I really enjoy this palette. Did I nick another eyeshadow? I think I did. Because my Jasper right here is nicked on the top. But yeah, my overall review, I like this palette besides the one con of her naming the names, the sticker of the shadow names are kind of like backwards, and that's the only thing I thought was kind of stupid to put it like that and was kind of confusing. So yeah, I do like this eyeshadow palette, and I'm not sponsored by Kylie to film this video. I paid for this palette myself. She doesn't even know I exist probably, so all opinions are my own like they usually are. I know a lot of people have been getting a hate for giving out good reviews because they've been paid, etc, etc, but my own opinion. She probably doesn't even know I exist. So yeah, and this was paid out of my own pocket. So yeah, like I said, my final thoughts are I'm gonna have a lot of use out of it just because it's neutral colors. I always wear neutral colors unless I want to wild out one day, which I have been wearing and branching out to more colorful colors just because I feel like I don't want my channel to be just numerous tutorials of a neutral eye look because it does get boring. So yeah, and this packaging is really cute. I give it an A+. It's super adorable, and yeah, and I love her little postcard. So yeah, and if you watched her snap today is the 8th, she just said she finished completing deciding one of her new Kyshadow palette, so I'm excited to see what she has next. Okay, so first we're going to prime our eyelids, and as usual I'm going to prime my lids with my two eyeshadow primers, the Benefit Eye Patrol and NARS's eyeshadow primer that just fell. I'm going to use my fingers. I'm just going to take a dab that I just squirted out and apply it on. And you want to make sure all the eyeshadow primer has gotten to your whole lid and a little bit out, winged out, I guess, bringing it out past your eyelid, just because I do apply eyeshadow. I wing out my eyeshadow and I just think that it flatters my eye shape at the back. Okay, and then my next primer, my NARS Pro Prime. And I think I'm about out of this because it's getting so hard to get any product out. I'm like scraping the sides of it. Okay, so after priming my eyelids, let's move on to the eyeshadow palette. So today is a video on the Kylie Cosmetics Kyshadow eyeshadow palette. Looks like this. It's in the box. I haven't touched it yet because I really wanted to film a video of first impressions and a demo on this. So here's the packaging, and I'm going to get it. It's the bronze palette, and then it's her little packaging. It's really cute. And then this is how the eyeshadow palette itself looks like. The tiers represents the color of the palette, the color of the shadows, I mean. And in the back it says Kylie EXO, and it has the names of the shadows there. And you open it, it's like this, and it says Kylie. It also comes with a clear protector, which I throw away anyways. So This is the palette. So the first shadow I always use is a skin tone shadow to set my eyeshadow primer. Okay, so I'm going to set my eyeshadow primer with this color called Jasper right here. It's just a skin tone color that's matte. And I'm going to use my MAC 252 brush. As for my first impressions, I feel like the shadows are pretty easy to blend on. I mean, I'm just using the Topaz. Wow, that's disgusting. Look at I look crazy right now. Okay. So, as my first impressions on the Jasper shadow, going on my eyelids fine. It's blending out pretty easily, but as you can see, I look like a freak right now, so don't mind that. So let's pop in a transition color into my lid. I'm going to be popping this one called Tiger Eye. It's like a warm brown color. It's matte, so I'm going to pop that into my crease. And this is the Morphe 504, M504. And I'm also winging my eyeshadow out. Per usual, I always wing my eyeshadow out. So Tiger's Eye went on pretty well. I don't know if you can see. Looks like kind of any other transition color in eyeshadow when you pop it on. Okay, so let's darken. My brush is kind of shedding. So let's darken the eye up. I'm going to be going in with Obsidian, which is right here. It's like a matte. I just dug my nail into that shadow. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's upsetting. So I'm going to be using Obsidian. It's like a reddish brown color, using the same brush. I'm just taking my time blending out the shadow, which I do with every eyeshadow palette. You don't want any harsh lines. I don't feel like it's taking longer to blend this specific palette out. And their shadows, considering this is her first eyeshadow palette, the shadows are blending pretty well, and I'm liking the payoff. They're very pigmented. I mean, at least for the two shadows that I've tried so far, or three actually. Okay, so let's go in with a smaller brush. Let's see what I want to use. What I want to use. Okay, I'm going in with my M502 brush, and I'm going to go in with Bronzite, which is this color. It's a dark brown, almost like black, but not really. That's the black right there, and then this is Bronzite. So I'm going to deepen up the outer corners. And I'm not going with any extra product. I'm just blending everything else out. And then going back in with Tiger's Eye, I'm just going to, oh crap, I just got the wrong shadow. Just make sure. So Tiger's Eye, just blending everything together. Okay, so I'm going to add this shadow right here. Oh, right here. It's called Goldstone. This is one of the two shimmery shadows she has. She also has this one in the middle, which is called Quartz. So, yeah, I'm going to add this one right there, Goldstone. And let's see, I'm going to take this Luxie 213 eye shading brush. I'm going to apply that on the rest of my lid that doesn't have shadow. And so far it looks like this. No fall or anything. I don't seem to have any fallout on my lids. Sometimes matte shadows and shimmery shadows do have a lot of fallout, especially matte. But I don't see that happening right now. The shimmer is very subtle. Goldstein? I forgot what color. Goldstone, sorry. It's a very subtle shimmer shadow. Of course, if you spray Fix Plus, it is going to amplify the color itself, but I'm not going to mess with the shadow. So it looks like this. It's like, this is basically the look, an eyeshadow look I always go to. Having bronzy eyes, neutral eyes, bronzy smoky eyes is one of my like profession, because all I ever do is wear neutral shadows. So I feel like this palette is really easy if you just like using neutral shadows every day. Bronzy shadows, smoky eyes, and that's all you need. This palette would be really great. Okay, I'm just going to blend out everything once again. I'm not taking any additional product from the palette, just whatever I have on my brush. Everything is blending really easy, which is good. Like, I don't see any streakiness or anything. Okay, now I'm going to clean up my brow bone with the same brush that I used, Jasper. Same shadow that I used called Jasper, and then my 252 brush. Actually, this Jasper is kind of really pigmented because you can really see it on my eyes, on my brow bone. Okay, so to soften that up, I'm going to take Tiger's Eye one more time, dab it a little, and blend it. And I kind of want to use this orange right in the middle, which is called Citrine, I don't know. I'm going to take the same brush, dab it a little, and just get that pop of orange. Can you see that? I love having an orangey eye. If you see my beauty Instagram, even with a smoky look with any color, I'm always popping an orangey shadow onto my lid, into my crease. I cannot talk today. So this is the eye look so far. I'm going to be right back since this is just a review and demo on the Kyshadow itself. I'm going to go finish the rest of my makeup and then I'll come back to finish my eyes. Okay, hey guys, so I am back. I did my face makeup and then I also applied my false lashes and eyeliner on the bottom. I did not smoke out my lower lash line yet because I wanted to wait until I came back to do it. I'm going to zoom you in just a little bit. Sorry for the lighting change, by the way. One side of my face was getting way too bright because my window's that way. So let's go back into the palette, and then I'm going to take Quartz. This is like a light brown color, and I'm just going to apply it right in the middle for more of a halo effect. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe I will use my finger. This is just a very subtle shimmery shadow. It's not anything too dramatic, and I think that's what she was going for. Okay, sorry about that. My dogs was just like barking, so I had to stop. But all I did was just apply, I think it was rose quartz. All I did was just apply quartz in the middle, just to brighten everything up a little bit. Like I said in my last clip, I don't think she meant for the shimmery shadows to be bang in your face shimmery, and that's great if you're someone that just wants like a subtle shimmery eye. I don't have a problem with it. This is kind of like a subtle smoky eye to me. It's not too shimmery, not too matte on my eyelids. I like it, so yeah. I'm just going to smoke out my bottom lash line because that's what I want to do to finish up my review, or my look actually. I'm going to go back with Goldstone and Obsidian. I'm just going to take that on my Luxie flat top definer brush. So like I said, this one and this one right here. The two matte shades that I had applied in my crease. I'm just going to zoom you in a little bit. Okay. And I also applied eyeliner on the bottom, by the way. The only thing I don't like is that she doesn't have a mirror on this. I think she could have maybe moved her name Kylie up a little to fit like a mirror or something, because this is kind of hard. Especially when you're like on the go. And I'm also going to connect it to my shadow. I'm going to have to move my mirror a little closer because I can't see. And then I'm going to take Citrine, and just pop that with underneath my lower lash line as well, just to give it an orange hues. Okay, so this is my finished eyeshadow look. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!